So let's just start by actually dropping into the physical body. So I want you to notice that you have a body and that body carries you around day after day. It fuels you, it feeds you, it moves you, it gives you the ability to do all of the things that need to get done, all of the things that you would like to do, and all of the things that sometimes we need to do. So if we can just release kind of the stress and tension from the physical body by checking in with our breath, by softening and relaxing on the exhale. So we're going to draw the awareness to the breath and really start to give the body that necessary pause or that necessary break, that opportunity for rejuvenation or realignment, renewal. So when you inhale, feel the chest cavity rise, feel the belly fill with air. We want to move the diaphragm so that we're getting the deepest possible inhalation, because the deepest possible inhalation is the best source of fuel for your body. And then on the exhale, really just softly, gently release, whether it's your pinky or your big toe or the muscles in your cheeks or your jaw or your shoulders. And then it's followed by another full inspiration or inhale, which is then met at the other end by another exhale or release. So as I ponder meditations moving into the 7 o'clock hour, as we coming closer to 8 o'clock, I just I allow myself to wander, and to notice and to become aware of what it is that I'm feeling, or what the world is feeling, or what the energy is. And I just wanted to remind everybody today that we're all growing through something. There is not one of us anywhere on this planet Earth, or, in this existence, that has arrived or achieved, or that is not continuing to grow. So we are all growing through something. And we're growing through this something in our own rate, on our own time frame. We're getting exactly what we need. We're learning, we're understanding, we're embracing the discomfort of the growth. We're allowing ourselves to continue to move forward. So you can be going through something, but really, more appropriately, it's growing through something. So once you acknowledge or become aware that your life is constantly shifting and constantly changing, and things are coming and going like your breath, then you can be connected to the growth aspect of that. So let's bring the attention back to the comings and goings of the breath, that nice deep inhale that fills the body with breath. Feel the expansion, the invigoration, the fueling. And then on the exhale, just softly, gently settle into this next new moment, right? So each new moment is a new breath, and the inhale of a new breath, and the exhale is the settling into that new moment. And then everything changes again with the next inhale. Maybe you're filling and fueling deeper. Maybe you're softening and relaxing a little bit more. So we cannot continue to be the same. We are constantly in a state of growth, change. Again, filling the body, finding the rhythm or the cadence of your breath, those nice deep inhales and the exhales to match. Don't cheat yourself on the way in or the way out. Feels really nice to just take the pause and connect with our breath. The breath is the gateway to our innermost self. It's the closest we get when we're not exactly sure where we're going. So when we can return to our breath and soften the body and slow the chatter of the mind, we can listen to our authentic or most genuine version of ourselves. The one that's sending signals all the time. It's that gnawing, knowing part of you. Call it the nagging, gnawing, knowing part. You have this nagging feeling that something's not right, or this nagging feeling that there is something else that you need to do. We pay attention to those gnawing, nagging knowings. Because remember, every experience allows us opportunity. And if we're growing through something, then every experience shows us growth. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, softly, gently release. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, softly, gently release. So think about what it is that you might be growing through right now. What is at the forefront of your current life situation? And then ask yourself, what is this current experience showing? What is it showing me? What is it unveiling? What is it drawing clarity or attention to? So breathe on that. What is it showing me? What is it teaching me? What am I learning about myself through the experience that I'm having right now that I'm growing through? This is the awareness. What is it showing me? What perspective can I see on the current situation in my life that shows me gains, that shows me growth? What am I learning about myself? Find that breath, and you may find that answer. So we're growing through something, it's showing us something, it's teaching us something, it's allowing us to see things from a new lens or a new perspective. I believe the next question is, what action, or is there action, would I like to take with the new information that I have? Is there movement to make? And remember, non-movement is movement. Stillness is a choice. So because we have a new awareness doesn't mean that we have to dive in. It just means that we have to settle in. Let's go back to the breath. Remember, the inhale is the inspiration or the shift or the change or the movement. And the exhale is allowing yourself the space or the time or the pause to settle in. And you can spend as much time in that settling stage, in that pause stage, as is necessary for you. And you're on your timeline. Your growth is according to who you are and where you are and what you need in this moment. It's on your time, it's in your space, and it's about your opportunities. Take a nice deep breath in, fill the body. On the exhale, softly, gently settle in. Settle into that which you're growing through. Settle into the idea that it's teaching you something and that it's showing you things and that your path is becoming clearer. You are gaining clarity in the pause. You are gaining clarity in the movement. You're gaining momentum. As things become more clear, the energy becomes more focused, and that's momentum. The inhale fills the body with breath. The exhale softly, gently relaxes in. So let's imagine that each and every one of us is growing through something right now. Something is shifting or changing for everyone, whether it's globally or personally or professionally or relationship-wise. Maybe all aspects of your life are shifting and changing, and you're growing through several things. It's really important to remember that all of the experiences are coming to you to show you something. They're coming to you to teach you something, and they're coming to you to allow yourself to align yourself with who you really are. So we're constantly tweaking that. We're reaching these points where we feel really good and we feel like we've accomplished, and we pause there. But that's not the only mountain we're designed to climb. That's just the mountain that we were designed to climb in that moment, because guess what? There's a whole nother mountain range out there. I often say, please make sure I have lots of work to do on myself, because I don't want to be done with this trip. Not yet. I want to continue to grow outward and continue to connect inward. I want to grow into my most authentic, most genuine version of myself. I want to grow into my power. So the next nice deep inhale you take, think about the solar plexus, that space just below the rib cage, right in that center, the core of your body. That's your seat of power. You send that breath right there. You feel yourself lift. Feel yourself strengthen. And then on the exhale, release any judgment or self-doubt. You can go back to your knowing or gnawing, right, for a second. That's where we push it aside. We have all of this greatness inside of us. And when we take that big inhale and we feel that power, we recognize that. And then somewhere along the exhale, we hold on to judgment or doubt or, feelings of insecurity. So we want to feed the strength, feed the courage, feed the power. They all lie within you. They don't come from outside. You don't get strength, courage, and power from outside of you. It comes from the inside out. That's why it's an inside job as well as an outside awareness. So what are you growing through? Imagine the tallest trees in the forest grew through something. They now have great purpose in conservation of the soil and housing of endangered species and, harvesting and plants clear the air. They have such great purpose, but they had to grow through a lot of stuff to get where they are. It's just like you. When you trust what you know about yourself, when you trust your own truth, then you blossom into your very own version of greatness. Feel that on the inhale. Feel that in your solar plexus, in your innermost powerful self. And on the exhale, release the idea of comparison and doubt, judgment. If there's something that's really important to you and it keeps surfacing and it keeps showing itself, pay attention to it. Just follow the breath. Nice deep inhale, fill the belly, fill the chest cavity, feel that powerful core of who you are. And on the exhale, settle into that powerful humanness. Followed by another inhale of inspiration. And maybe while you're breathing, maybe you're noticing what it is that's really important to you. That also comes from the inside. That's not something that someone else can tell you. No one else can tell you what is the most important thing to you. You have to find the time, the pause to listen. You have to be able to ask yourself the questions. What direction am I growing in? What things am I seeing and noticing? What feels really important to me? What sounds right? Those are your questions and your answers only. Everyone else just has an opinion, and their opinion is based on their own stories, which are not your stories. Nice deep inhale. Fill your body with breath, the gift of clarity, awareness, power, strength, courage. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. These things aren't new. These passions, these ideas, they keep surfacing. They keep bobbing to the top of the water, right? So you take the fishing line and you take the bobber and you try to hold it under. As soon as you let it go, it comes right back up. So they're there. Are you noticing? Are you listening? Are you paying attention? What keeps coming to the surface? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? It doesn't even have to have a definitive name. It just has to be something that you know, or something that moves you in that direction. So you may not know what it is yet. But if you are inspired or pulled or drawn in a direction, then you may need to follow that, because at that next juncture, it may show up. Be like, that is why I made that right turn, because that right turn brought me here. And when I got here, I could see more clearly. So don't worry about attaching to what it is. Just notice and pay attention. What are you growing through? Where is it leading you? What do you know to be your truth? What is it showing you? What is it teaching you? And what action are you inspired to take? Those are the questions. The answers come from inside of you. Let's relax a little bit more. So check back in with the jaw, the muscles on your face, the shoulders. Soften anything that's holding tension right now. The best way to clear out that tension is a nice, full, invigorating inhale. It's the reset. And on the exhale, you just allow it to go. Direct it to go. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of your tension. You're in charge of your attention, right? Where are you putting your attention? What are you noticing that's creating the tension? That comes from your attention. It's awareness. No need to do anything but sit in the awareness and keep having those aha moments and recognizing. And then when the time is right, you'll take that step. And that step will lead you to the next step and the next step and the next step. And there's no missteps, because each step or each experience shows you something and teaches you something. We're all growing through something. Kind and gentle and compassionate to ourselves along the way. Following the breath in, following the breath out. Maybe one of those words resonated with you. Maybe you're inhaling courage or connection or commitment or power or strength or engagement or invigoration. And maybe you're exhaling something else: judgment, fear, doubt, insecurity, jealousy. We can use our breath to release things. We use our breath to release things. We use tears to release things. We use anger and frustration to release things. It's okay. Can't hold everything in. Need space. Need space for the new growth. So let's go back to imagining that little sapling in the woods, right? So, a seed falls from a larger tree and it lands in the woods, and somehow it has to find its way into the dirt, and it becomes this, tiny little sapling. And then it has to survive everything. It has to survive the weather, and it has to survive the animals, and it has to survive all those things in order to continue to grow. It has to survive man. To survive all those things to continue to grow. And yet it continues to grow. And it continues to move in the direction of the light. Right? So if there is an open space up over there, that tree curves in that direction and continues to move in the direction of the light. We're all growing through something. What is it teaching me? What is it showing me? And ultimately, what action will I take as a result of what I learned? So take the hands, interlace them. So let's just take a moment here. Interlace the fingers, feel that connection. There's something really magical about like connecting your hands. It's kind of closing the circuitry. And then let's just place these interlaced fingers on the palms of our hands over your chest. Nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. Let's move the interlace down to the solar plexus. Let's take a nice deep inhale into the seat of power. I just want you to feel the expansion. Feel how much room you have for more power, more strength, more courage. On the exhale, release. Come back to the heart. Take a nice deep inhale. There's a very big connection between what you believe and your power. Nice big inhale. And on the inhale, just let it fly. Stretch it forward, out, and up. Just like that tree, grow towards the light. Grow towards the light. Oh, there's some sensation in the arms, some invigoration after sitting in stillness. Take a nice deep breath here. And then on the exhale, just gently let your elbows fall out to the sides. Let your fingers become unlaced. It's like the branches of a tree. You've just arrived. Here you are. Look at you growing through something, learning something, shifting your perspective, changing your awareness, becoming closer to your most genuine, authentic, very powerful self. Yeah, thanks. Thank you all for showing up tonight. Warms my heart.